Hello, Home Slices. It's Kiara with Home Slice Adulting coming to you with pretty poor lighting. And we are back for the fourth episode of the fifth season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, which is titled The D Word, okay? So before we get started, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that a little birdie can chirp and let you know when I have posted new content. Now, let's get into this video. For the first time since Love and Hip Hop came back on for this fifth season, I feel like this video is not going to be, near the 30-minute mark. So let's go ahead and get started. It was still entertaining, but it didn't have the high levels of rigidity that some of the other episodes had. So we begin the episode with Tiara singing her song Vacation, and she's making videos and she looks good and she sounds good. And I'm actually probably going to try and listen to Vacation on my own time. See, typically when people come on here and do songs and music videos, it doesn't intrigue me, but I'll give Tiara Marie's, record a listen. But moving on, we see that she's in love with somebody named Akbar, and she just is calling him sexy, and then we see him, and I'm like, okay, sexy might be overstating it, but Akbar is an okay looking guy, but he has this very rough around the edges look that's almost a little scary. I don't know if you ever look at somebody and like they have this look to them that makes them look like a little scary, like they might be evil, I don't know what it is, but whatever. Moving on, Akbar says he don't want her hanging around with Nikki Baby because she's a socialite, she's talentless, and she keeps bringing Tiara Marie to these parties that have alcohol in them, and we all know that Tiara Marie has a shady past with alcohol. He has a gym, a studio, and a production company. So career-wise, he's doing something right. But all of a sudden, he pushes the guy that they hired to be her love interest out of the way so that he can be the love interest in the video. And Tiara's body is blocking his abs. So we don't even know if he got good abs or not. But whatever. Next, we see Donatella. Apparently, she has a radio show. People with British accents are cool, but her British accent, I don't want to hear that. There's no way I would listen to a radio show with her voice, okay? Excuse me, y'all. So I just got a new job, and it requires me to wake up a lot earlier than I'm used to. So right after this video, I'm going to bed. So excuse me for the yawning. I'm very tired. But moving on. Donatella has a radio show. Lyrica and Big Lyrica, your mother and daughter, are there, and so is a dude named Jay Will. He had to get his little cameo in. Apparently, she's having some type of showcase that he's going to be performing in. Lyrica and Donatella had a little bit of drama in the previous season, but they've gotten over it. They've gotten past it. So moving on, we see that Donatella brings up Safari, of course, and Lyrica's mama says that she was not impressed by Safari's pee-pee. She must have been seeing horse peepees. She must be used to seeing real big ones, monster ones, if she wasn't impressed by Safari. I'm sorry. But moving on. Then, of course, she starts promoting herself, saying that what goes around comes back around. And that's for that dirty B, K Michelle. And little Lyrica is looking like, oh my gosh, why are you making this beef worse? And then Big Lyrica decides on the radio, I don't know if this is nationally syndicated, if it's a podcast or what, but Big Lyrica reveals to Little Lyrica that she went acting a fool backstage at K Michelle's last concert. And so Lyrica is like, you should let me handle that. You getting involved into it makes it messy. You're no better than K Michelle. You look stupid arguing with somebody who's half your age. And for the most part, Lyrica was right. Little Lyrica was right. I think the delivery of that message was wrong. I feel like Little Lyrica could talk to a friend like that, but not her mother. And the fact that it was on the radio and in public made Big Lyrica embarrassed, and that's why she left. But I do think big Lyrica getting involved is dumb, okay? But moving on, we see AD and Fizz. AD can't now. I'll tell y'all that I don't deal in and I don't talk about how contrived or not contrived these storylines feel and look, but something about this felt a little bit contrived. But AD comes over to grab some shoes so that little Cam can play basketball or something, and they are having a conversation. And down the stairs comes Tiffany because she wants to be messy. And now AD is mad, and now Tiffany is mad, and they're going back and forth. And Fizz and Tiffany claim that their relationship is not on some revenge stuff. It's not Tiffany wanting to get back at AD and Moniece, and it's not Fizz trying to get, under Moniece's skin. I honestly think that Tiffany and Fizz do like each other, and I think that it's convenient that their relationship gets under the skin of Moniece. I have never liked Moniece, but I do agree that if their sole motivation for getting together was to spite Moniece, that it is messed up. But I don't think that's the case. Moving on, we see Ray J and Princess, and Ray J is pretending to put together the baby toys. He got it all upside down and whatnot. He's not doing it right. But then he tells her about his run-in with Moniece and that Princess needs to cut out all the BS and stay home. And to me, that was his way of saying to Princess that a very nice way of saying, Princess, you started it. You were the one who put our baby in danger by even going up there with your pregnant self, and you need to stay at home. Okay. Moving on. Ray J tells her about the issue with Safari, and basically Safari admitting that he and Lyrica slept together, and Princess wants Ray J to stay out of it, and Ray J doesn't want to keep a secret because, Safari smashed the homies, or whatever the phrase he be talking about. Lyrica smashed the homies. But the point is, I don't know. I feel both Princess and Ray J kind of have a point. Princess feels like it's not their business and Ray J should stay out of it. And Ray J feels like he's not being a good friend if he doesn't tell. And, this has been a lifelong, centuries-long dilemma that people have. Do they tell their friend what's going on and risk losing their friendship, or do they not tell them and risk the friendship when, their friend actually finds out that they've been withholding information? It's been an ages-long question. You all tell me what you think Ray J should have done. But for me, I'm very ambivalent. I don't know what he should do. But moving on, we see Brooke and Marcus. Brooke is getting her lumps removed. And after this is over, Brooke wants to claim Marcus for herself for real. Marcus is in the waiting room waiting for her like a real friend. And this is coming off as if this is an outpatient surgery. So moving on. Y'all, we see Solo Lucci's label party. Okay, so Solo Lucci is spending all of his money from his advance, and he's not investing it, and he's an idiot. And A1 is like, you spending a lot of money. Like, is this not the third party or something that Solo Lucci has had to celebrate the fact that he got an advance? Like, you can't keep throwing parties for the same occasion. Like, there was a party where he was getting, when Ray J and A1 were getting fitted for watches. There was a party where we met Apple Watts when Lyrica slapped A1. And now there's another party. Like, you don't have that many things to celebrate. It's just one thing. And he's just spending all his money. He spent 20 G's on this party and strippers and whatnot. And A1 is just telling him what he is like, you need to invest and, get your money up. And, you're not doing the right thing. And Solo Lucio is stupid behind talking about, well, everybody keep telling me that. Well, maybe there's something to it, okay? But moving on. Lyrica is texting A1, trying to check him on being at a party strippers. And then we see Paris, Tierra Marie, and Nikki Baby are at the same party, but they are in the non-thought section, okay? Paris seemed disgusted at having to walk through the nasty stripper party to get to the more civilized balcony party, okay? But we see some girl show up named LaBrittany. I have never heard of LaBrittany. Never heard of LaBrittany. But either way, she has a confessional, so she is somewhat important to the show. And so she actually admires Tierra Marie for taking the music industry by storm. Did she think about Storm? That's debatable. Tierra Marie is a name that we recognize, but it's not for her musical prowess, okay? But whatever. Lil Brittany looks up to Tierra Marie. You know, congratulations, Tierra Marie has done something. I'm not totally discrediting Tierra Marie. But moving on, Nikki Baby looks different. There's something about her face that definitely says she got more work done, and I don't like it. It's like she got like her jaw shaped or something about her face shape is just totally different. And I think she's looking progressively worse in the face area. Okay. Moving on. A1 is teaching Solo Lucci how to save while making it rain. That was funny to me. He said you throw some and then you put some in your pocket. That's how you save at a strip club, guys. That's good advice. Well, the best advice is not to go to the strip club in the first place. Okay, moving on. That was funny to me. But La Brittany shows up and she tries to work with A1. And A1, I have never heard A1 turn down anybody to work with except Chanel West Coast. So I think A1 is just trying to get hits out there so that he can get his credibility up, you know? He hasn't gotten to the point where he's so famous that he can be selective, I guess. But moving on, Akbar shows up and clowns Tierra because there are no executives at this executive party. And he grabs her up and he disses Nikki, saying that she's putting her in a position to be back in rehab when Nikki is part of the reason why Tierra even went to rehab. And, you know, Nikki was there for her. And we saw that Nikki was there for Tierra Marie when she was going through her stuff. She has been a good friend to her. And Akbar trying to keep Tierra cooped up is not realistic. Yeah, it's just not realistic. But moving on, I agree with Paris that something is up with Akbar. He's a little too controlling, and Tierra Marie, in a way, has kind of traded one addiction for another. It kind of looks like instead of her being addicted to alcohol, she is addicted to this man that is trying to control her. And we will see how quickly that turns for the worse, because we already know, you know, from the blogs what's going to happen. But moving on. We see Moniece, Mr. Ray, and AD eating crabs. Y'all, I love crab legs. I love crab legs. The fact that I live in the Seattle area now excites me because I will have more ready access to crabs. Well, I mean, they had crabs in Louisiana too. So either way, I love crabs, y'all. I love crabs. They're expensive, but I love crabs. Okay, so they're eating crabs and they're being messy. Okay, and so Moniece, AD shows up and Moniece tells them about her run-in with Ray J, blah blah blah, whatever, it's over with. AD tells them about Tiffany, and Moniece takes it personally and immediately posts on social media. Immediately, no thoughts. AD is trying to stop Moniece and tells her to keep it private, but I think there's something in AD that likes the immature, irrational Moniece. I think there's something that attracts her to Moniece. You know, because Moniece is just not a calm person. She's not the type of person who thinks things through. So AD, you know, can't love those qualities in her. But we see Fizz and Tiffany out eating hibachi. Hibachi is great as well, but Tiffany catches it right away and she gets mad, and Fizz says that he wants to deal with it. Okay, so we see Marcus and Stassi, and they're having a romantic evening at a nice hotel with rose petals and whatnot, and immediately she's like, well, thank you, I'm pregnant, or I might be pregnant. And she says she missed her period. And it's real funny how Marcus was like, you know, a few episodes ago, Marcus was like, you know, she might be the one, or I'm feeling like Stassi is the one. And as soon as Stassi says, okay, I might be pregnant, she's no longer the one. Like, you taking her off the side of the screen. I mean, we can still see you and we can still hear you. It's not, you know, it's not private. But he's like, oh, you caught me off guard. And I think, first off, I think Marcus is a player. And I think that Marcus does not feel for Stassi the way that he claims to feel about her, considering how she just gave him some news and he just acted like abortion. You know, sure. only option. He was like, well, you didn't want kids, right? You know, like you're gonna get rid of it, right? And so Stassi is like, you're making me question everything. Are we even official? You're making me feel this way and that way. And it's like, if you gotta ask him if y'all are official, it's not official, hun. I think this whole situation is very messy, but it's a situation that a lot of people find themselves in. They leave a person that they might be able to have a future with to go out and have fun. They catch feelings for the person that they have fun with, and then things get crazy when a baby might be introduced into the picture, and the person that they were having fun with is no longer the one. And this upsets the person that they were supposed to have a future with, and so it's a big mess. Moving on. I think Brooke and Stassi are crazy for fighting over Jaleel White. Okay? Why are y'all fighting over Stefan from Family Matters? What's wrong with y'all? Moving on. We see Lyrica and A1. A1 comes home late and Lyrica flips the script and says that he's being disrespectful by being at an orgy party. And A1 said, you want answers? Well, you ain't getting no answers, cuz. Because you ain't answer me when I asked you about Safari. I thought that was funny because A1 is quite petty. Okay. Of course, he would bring that up. But I do think it's weird that Lyrica would try to stun on him for being at a porn party, as she called it, when she still has not answered the question as to whether or not she slept with one of Safari's good friends. Okay. She's trying to flip the script and he flipped it back on her. Okay. Now they're pointing out the fake stuff on each other. She said he got fake dress, fake jewelry. He said he bought her fake jewelry. She got a fake booty and fake boobs. And everybody in LA got a fake booty and fake boobs. Okay, y'all are in LA. Okay, it's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Okay, but moving on. At the end of the day, I do not like to see marriages fall apart. Now, there's a rumor going around that their marriage was not even real, but we're not going to get to that. That might happen on the show. So we're going to hold off that discussion, regarding what's going on in the blogs today. However, I don't like seeing the marital discord. I don't like to see these arguments get nasty, talking about each other's mamas, talking about, how real or how fake people are, all of this on camera and, arguments that should be in the privacy of your home between a husband and a wife are broadcast, and it just makes things so much worse. So you have people on social media who are taking sides and they pump you up, making you think you were right. And then the other people have fans that are pumping them up, making the other person feel that they're right. It's just too much. And I don't like how much discord this is causing in their marriage. Okay. But moving on, we see Marcus and Brooke again. And this whole flipping of the script thing happened so many times today. Before we get into Marcus and Brooke, with A1 and Lyrica, A1 said he was getting a divorce. So that's the D word, So moving on. We see Marcus and Brooke. Brooke calls Marcus over saying it's urgent. He rushes over thinking there's something wrong with her, and she come out carrying champagne because the urgent news is we need to celebrate because the lumps in my breast were benign, son. I don't have breast cancer. Congratulations, honey bun. That's a great thing. Good for you. I'm glad you are healthy. Get back to the music and forget about Marcus. Leave Jaleel White alone, okay? He is not your soulmate. He's clearly not ready to settle down, and you look like a GD fool chasing him around and trying to convince him to get rid of a girl who might be pregnant with this baby. You look silly, honey bun, okay? You are too beautiful and too mature, to be, messing around with Jaleel White, okay? Brooke, I just feel so disappointed in her, okay? We haven't heard no music from her since Girl Fight, really. And now she on Love and Hip Hop. She has a platform to do something with her music. And instead of doing that, she's chasing behind a man who clearly is ambivalent about his feelings. And the fact that Stassi might be pregnant makes things all the more complicated. Brooke wants him to get rid of the girl and then he flips the script on her. Okay, Brooke is like, you're done having your fun. Get rid of her. I don't have cancer. Clean slate. Let's get it over with. Forget about the booby thing. Forget about my boobies thing. And let's move on with our lives and get married, even though you technically didn't ask me to marry you. Okay. And Marcus kind of makes a good point. Last season when he was messing around with Jade, Brooke told him to get rid of Jade, and he got rid of Jade, and then she started messing around with Booby and left him in the cold. It wasn't like he didn't deserve it, but the fact that this is basically a repeat of what happened last season discourages him, and he says, maybe I'm not ready to get, for this portion of my sowing my royal oats to be over with. And she was like, well, just say that then. Just say that you are not ready. And he said it, and as much as I think Marcus has a point, I just think Brooke needs to move on, girl. Give him his ring back and go find somebody who actually wants to be with you, who actually wants to put a ring on your finger, who actually wants to support you in your music career instead of creating drama on a reality TV show. Okay, honey bun? Get you a man that's behind the scenes that don't want to be on camera, that'll pay for your studio time for you to get a project out there and get your career back popping, and you'll be good, okay? Don't be messing around with these industry dudes that are out here that all they want to do is sow their royal oats and make you look like a fool on TV, okay? Moving on. Fizz, Moniece, AD, and Tiffany sit down at a ceasefire lunch, and things don't go well, of course. I will say that Moniece was calm at first. She asked Fizz if this whole, Tiffany and Fizz relationship was for real. And Fizz says it's not to spite you. We definitely are, legitimately interested in each other. Then Moniece talks to Tiffany, and I will say Moniece was calm about it. And she asked Tiffany, did Tiffany feel as if they could move forward from all of their drama in the past? Now, Tiffany started kind of talking out the side of her neck, claiming that during the reunion time, she didn't really come for Moniece, when we saw that she actually kind of did, and that Tiffany has tried to get into physical fights with Moniece. And then Tiffany brings up a good point. The issues that they had the previous year is something different. Maybe they can get past that. But the problem is Moniece brought that into the now by, doing the Instagram and the Twitter. And it's like, you want me to get over something that happened last year, but just last week you posted something on Twitter and Instagram revolving around the beef that we have. So it's clearly not over. And Tiffany just wants to fight Moniece. I think that they should just start sponsoring Love and Hip Hop ratchet matches, okay? And have the people who have issues with each other just legitimately duke it out with the boxing gloves on, with, Mona Scott Young being the referee, and have them just duke it out, okay? And, the winner is the winner. You get your aggression out and you move forward and you move on. But because they don't let anybody fight and get it out of their system, and because Tiffany and Moniece are both immature ladies and nobody wants to be the bigger person, then, the drama just continues to go in a circle and nobody's going to stop it. Tiffany isn't innocent and neither is Moniece. But, whatever. I'm over this storyline. Moniece gets annoyed. Moniece at one point did get a little sincere and said that she's dealing with a lot of issues because of the way Fizz treated her. And she just wants to know that when she's not around, that Fizz will choose somebody who is actually as good or better than Moniece. We're not going to get into that because she kind of walked into a mothering joke, but we're not going to get into that. I do think Moniece is trying to be better. Nonetheless, Moniece feels as if Fizz is choosing women who consistently get into it with her in arguments and whatnot. And we've seen that, his past few girlfriends have not gotten along with Moniece. But If Fizz has to base his romantic choices off of who Moniece likes, he's gonna be alone for the rest of his life. It's gonna be alone, okay? Moniece is not an easy person to like and not an easy person to get along with, okay? From my vantage point. So if Fizz wants to wait around to find somebody that Moniece is actually gonna like and let Moniece bet them or whatnot, I feel him in saying that Moniece does not get to choose who he gets to be with, and I don't think that it's 100% fair for Moniece to say, Fizz, don't come to my house now that you're with this person or whatever. I will say Tiffany escalated the situation again by saying, bye and getting Moniece riled up and trying to fight her. Moniece mentioned some stuff about some sex tapes, which I think is hypocritical because Moniece, just a few seasons ago, almost had a sex tape come out and was concerned about her son's reaction to it. But then to use that information against Tiffany, claiming that, did her son see Tiffany's sex tapes or whatever? And then Tiffany got mad that Moniece brought up the whole son thing, and it just got out of hand, and they leave. Bye, goodbye. Okay, I'm done with that. Next time on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, we have some recon that Paris and Nikki do on Akbar, and apparently he is married, and he tried to explain it away, and his explanation was not sufficient. Okay, we see Brooke and Stassi, these two dummies, fighting over Marcus, and Brooke eventually finds out that Stassi might be pregnant, and Brooke kind of doesn't care. Years ago, Brooke had an additional song after Girl Fight called As Long As You Come Home. And in the song, she says that her man can stay out late and doesn't have to call, and he can tell her that he loves her when he doesn't at all, but as long as he comes home, she's okay with that. And it's coming off as if she really believed what she was singing in that song. She doesn't care that he might have gotten somebody else pregnant. She does not care. She just wants Marcus. And the fact that she wants somebody that's not worth wanting is it just makes her look desperate. I'm sorry. Okay. Moving on. Also next time, Lyrica and A1 get into it because Rockstar is messy. The fact that Rockstar is so messy is a little questionable. Okay, he really is hating on A1. We see La Britney again, and apparently La Britney and Lyrica are about to get into it. Y'all, I'm over it. Not over the series or whatever. I'm just over the petty arguments. We're not making enough headway in getting through some of these issues, okay? If I have to watch for the next 10 episodes and see Lyrica and A1 still ain't divorced and they still going through this dance of getting mad at each other over stuff, I just can't do that, okay? I want to see some resolve, okay? I want to see people get over stuff and move on. Let's get some happy moments, okay? Happy moments that don't lead to crap. Yeah, Tierra Marie is happy now, but in a few weeks, when somebody releases a sex tape of her, it's not going to be happy no more. Where are the happy moments and happy feelings in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? It's always sunny, but in everybody's lives, it's raining all the time. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for some more videos, okay? I have a job now, so things are going to get a little bit more complicated with my schedule, but I'm not going to forget about you guys. I want to thank everybody who has been subscribing, all of my new subscribers, all of my old subscribers. I'm just in rare form tonight because I am delirious, okay? It is time for me to go to bed. Peace out, home slices.